Video games are great, music is great, but there's just something extra special about the marriage of a great game and an incredible soundtrack that really has the potential to make an impact on a gamer. A great gaming soundtrack can easily transport the player into an entirely different world and allow said gamer to exchange reality for a bit of fantasy. These songs can then take us back into these worlds in an instant, which is a delightful treat and an admirable accomplishment. Having grown up with video games and a love of soundtracks, I naturally have spent a fair share of my life listening to video game music, and over the course of 20 years I've accumulated some favorites. Now, this is my list, fueled by nostalgia and my own personal bias, so it's okay to disagree with me. Just know in doing so, that you're wrong, and I hate you. Alright, let's get to it! Kicking off our list is the music that plays in Professor Oak's office back in Pokemon Snap. Now, I loved this game growing up and I've played through it dozens of times in search for the perfect photo. Professor Oak was my guide through this wonderful world, but let's be honest, he isn't exactly the best role model. He's kind of like that estranged uncle that comes around whenever he needs some cash. He doesn't care about your safety. You want to go take pictures of some of the most dangerous creatures on Earth? Sure, go for it. And while you're at it, why don't you annoy them by throwing these pester balls at them? And here, have a beer, and some cigarettes too. Then, after you finally think you have taken the perfect picture, you return to him, excited and full of anticipation, only to return to, "You were close." Thanks for nothing, old man. The Sims 3. I can't even begin to tell you how many hours of our lives my friend Monty and I have wasted in this virtual world. We would boot the game up and say, hey, let's make new people, build a house, and achieve their lifetime goal all in one night. Then we would begin our quest, eager to bring joy to our little Sim's life. Fast forward 6 hours and we finished building our house. And we were both burnt out and quit the game only to do it all over again the following weekend. Every time we thought we were actually gonna accomplish our goal. And every time we would quit immediately after building our house. But since we spent so much time in the building and sim creator screens, this music takes me right back to 2009. Actually, on second thought, maybe I don't want to remember 2009. Look, I don't know why I love this song so much, okay? It's both extremely grating and annoying. The Yoshi voices are shrill and can make blood pour out of your ears, but just look at how cute they are. They're just so adorable, and the aesthetic of this game is so pleasant, and it even taught children that it was good to eat fruit. And the game itself was so much fun. Growing up with my sister, I would play this all the time. So I guess there is a spot on this list for this song that is both parts obnoxious and charming. But it's only 18, so don't get too proud of yourself, Yoshi. Of all the songs on this list, this is the most recent, which speaks volumes as to how much I enjoyed this specific track. It didn't have the nostalgia bonus working for it. The song earned its spot on the list purely by being awesome. It really set the mood for your journey to build your Inquisition and stop a tyrannical pimple from destroying the world. Which I did, by the way, getting all the achievements along the way. No big deal. Josephine seemed to be impressed though. Pallet Town. There aren't many songs that take me back like this one does. You know, besides nearly every other song on this list. But that is neither here nor there. There are a slew of amazing songs from the Pokemon games, but I chose this as my favorite because it's the song that kicks off your journey. It all begins with this tune. And if you watched my last Pokemon series over on Flipsider Films, then you would know that it all ends with this tune. Just a little something that I thought tied everything together that nobody picked up on, by the way. Let's just move on. I offer up this. If there's anyone out there that doesn't like Mario games, they should just go. Go away and leave the rest of humanity alone because you clearly hate being happy. I mean, just listen to this music. How can anyone resist the urge to pick up the controller and launch an adorable green dinosaur to his death? Oh, crap, I'm running out of time. So in conclusion, the game is really, really good and this music makes me happy and gives me the warm and fuzzies inside. Woo! If this list were counting down the games that I've beaten the most times, this would be coming in at number 7. But we aren't, so here we are at number 14. This song encapsulates all the emotions of being a fox fighting for justice and peace in the Lilas system. If I turn off all the lights and put on my Fox McCloud cosplay, I really feel like I'm there, fighting the evil Andross and avenging my dead father while stroking my furry tail. But seriously, the song has stuck with me ever since I first played the game back when I was just a wee little lad, wishing he were fighting a giant monkey in space. So, full disclosure, I've never played this game. I didn't play the original or the remaster, so suffice it to say the song doesn't exactly bring back any memories. However, every time I listen to it, it just puts me in such a good mood. I mean, come on, just listen to it. How can you resist the urge to bounce up and down in your seat? It's okay. No one will judge you. Seriously though, there isn't any better tune to listen to while you're cruising down the highway. Well, I suppose, actually, according to this list, there are 12 better tunes. Well, this is awkward. The Ocarina of Time had so many incredible songs that I actually had a hard time deciding which of them was my favorite. But after many hours of intense internal debate, I flipped a coin and selected the Song of Storms. This is the default song I think of when I think of any Zelda game, and I usually start to cry. Not because I'm sad or nostalgic, but mostly because it reminds me of how frustrated I got as a kid trying to figure out how to beat this bloody game! Alas, I never did finish the game. But the song's still pretty great, so hey, there's that. So, if you haven't noticed up to this point, I really enjoy Nintendo music. It's just always so upbeat, and I grew up with it, so it definitely has a nostalgia factor fighting for it as well. More than almost any game growing up, Mario Kart was my go-to game for when I had friends over. I loved it, and I especially loved Rainbow Road. I know a lot of people don't love it because it's so long, but that was okay with me because I love the music so much. I would choose this track as often as possible just to listen to the awesome soundtrack. And with a remastered version of the song in Mario Kart 8, I am one happy camper. And a lonely one too. Because nobody wants to race on Rainbow Road with me. Oh well. I would say that it's pretty rare that a person goes out and buys a game because of a single song, but that's exactly what I did with Ace Combat 6. I played the demo, and when I hopped into the cockpit of my fighter jet, I was greeted with a battle over a city, which was pretty cool, I guess, but then this song kicked in and I was 100% on board. The song is simply epic. It has a slow burn that leads up to an emotional and heroic chorus that makes you want to get off the couch and become a real fighter pilot. Unfortunately, once I got the full game, I never played past the second mission. The game just wasn't the same without the theme playing in the background. It got dull pretty fast. I've gone back several times to play the game and always quit after 2 missions. You know, Ace Combat 6 is like that hot girl from high school that you really want to go out with, but once you finally do, you find out that past her smoking hot soccer body, you two really don't connect that much. Yet, you keep going back thinking that maybe next time it'll be different. Yet time and time again, you return only to realize the same unfortunate truth. Just don't waste 2 years of your life chasing after Ace Combat 6. That's all I'm trying to get at here. And back to Nintendo. You know, I sure am showing a lot of love for them in this video. And watch them turn around and slap a copyright claim on this video. It's fair use, Nintendo! Leave me alone! Anyways, Diddy Kong Racing is one of my all-time favorite games. And my favorite course by far is Ancient Lake. And it's not because of the lake, or even the giant Yoshi. I love it for the song. The whole soundtrack of the game is good, but this song really stands out as the best track. It's just a shame this is the first course of the game, and you never hear the track again for the rest of the game. Why hasn't Nintendo made a sequel to this yet? Man, Nintendo sucks. What is it with game soundtracks using their best songs right at the beginning of a game? I guess they want to put their best foot forward, but save something awesome for the rest of the game, would you? That being said, the entire Super Mario Galaxy soundtrack is incredible. Yet, of all the songs on the soundtrack, this is the clear standout in my opinion. It has such a whimsical feel to it that makes you excited to explore the worlds that have been laid out before you, even if that does mean countless deaths trying to get all the stupid purple coins. Why do we even need to get purple coins? I mean, who cares? Just paint a normal coin purple and be done with it! Jeez. This is the third song from a traditional Super Mario game on this list, and it's far and away my favorite. I can't even begin to tell you how many hours I spent in Super Mario 64, and how many times I returned to the Dire Dire Dock stage simply to listen to this song over and over again. I mean, is it me, or does this song actually sound like it's underwater? I don't know what that instrument is, but I'm pretty sure they stole it straight out of The Little Mermaid. I actually like to think that they recorded this entire track underwater. I'm pretty sure this was all made completely digitally, so all they would have to do is waterproof a computer and get in a diving suit. Easy. Way easier than it would be getting an entire orchestra underwater. Now that would be ridiculous. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on Earth who thinks that this song deserves a spot on a best video game songs list. This game got a ton of hate, but it's genuinely one of my favorite games to this day, and that is in no small part thanks to the music. This music served as a theme for the hub world in the game, so after every harrowing, near-death, stress-ridden mission running away from dinosaurs or fighting a giant insect monster thingy, you would return to this calming and inviting tune. It's just gushing with peace and serenity. This is the kind of music I imagine would play if someone was taking a relaxing walk through a meadow, full of talking dinosaurs. Yeah, it'd be perfect for that. You guys remember when Assassin's Creed used to be awesome? Is it still awesome? I don't know, because I stopped playing after Revelations, because I couldn't move on to a new protagonist after Ezio Auditore. Throughout his trilogy of games, he went through an incredible progression as a character, specifically in Assassin's Creed 2, the game that this track is from. There's an air of mystery that accompanies the song as it slowly builds into a beautiful medley that makes you just want to cut off your finger and go murder people. Oh, bad people. I mean, only bad people. You know, the ones that deserve it because they murdered your whole family? Ah! Spoilers. My bad. Some people would argue that Skyrim has the better rendition of this theme, but I personally love the simplicity that the Morrowind theme brings to the table. It is so subtly confident in its delivery of the iconic Elder Scrolls theme. The theme that, by the way, originated with this version in Morrowind. This was the first Elder Scrolls game that I played, and I instantly fell in love with the series. I would always go over to my friend Alex's house and beg him to play with me, but he never wanted to, because I would always just go around picking fights with all the guards, and die instantly. You know, I really haven't changed all that much since then, now that I think about it. Mass Effect is my favorite video game series of all time. Well, it was, until...
I am the catalyst.
But we don't talk about that! The epic space saga that you undertook as Commander Shepard was accentuated by this incredible soundtrack. I had a really tough time choosing my favorite song from the Mass Effect series, but when it came down to it, I chose the final track from Mass Effect 2. This song also plays at the end of the original Mass Effect, but is remastered here to wonderful effect. This song plays as Shepard and his crew have just gone through hell and back and now are turning their attention to the inevitable Reaper invasion. This song perfectly mirrors what is happening in the game at that very moment. Shepard and his crew are regrouping, celebrating their victory, but they all know that the real battle is only beginning, and that the Reapers are coming. This song's slow build up to its epic rendition of the Mass Effect theme mirrors this reality perfectly. Oh man, just talking about this makes me want to jump right back into Mass Effect 3. Oh! Wait. Never mind. God, I hate you. Of all the songs on this list, this is the one that truly holds the key to my heart. See what I did there? I remember turning the game on and just letting it sit there on the menu screen so I could listen to this song over and over again. It's so relaxing and soothing and nostalgic and I just love it so much! One of the main themes through the Kingdom Hearts series is the reality and inevitability of growing up. A concept that used to scare me a lot growing up. So for me, the song is like a portal back to the mind of younger me, the one that constantly was worrying about growing up and what the future may hold for me. And it's as if I'm taking his hand and saying, It's gonna be okay, little Jacob. You won't be that big of a loser, and you'll live until you're at least 20, but no promises after that, because who knows, you could get hit by a truck tomorrow. I don't know. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts. It's amazing and I love it, and I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3. Done! When I was formulating this list, there was never any doubt about which song was going to hold the #1 slot. There was something about Halo 3. It came out in 2007 and I was just about to turn 13. My cousin had introduced me to Halo 2 a couple years prior to that, and I became crazy obsessed with it. If I wasn't playing with my cousin, I was playing with Monty, and when I saw the trailers for Halo 3, I couldn't hardly stand to wait to get my hands on the game. I pre-ordered the Legendary Edition of the game with money I had saved from my previous birthday, and it was the first midnight launch that I ever attended. I went with my dad, and the launch was this whole event, and we really had a great time. Then when we got home, I had to go to bed because I had school the next morning, but before I went off to sleep, my dad suggested we put the game in and just take a quick peek at it. And when we booted the game up, we were greeted with this haunting track. No matter how many times I hear this, it always takes me straight back to that moment in my life, sitting on the couch with my dad. After I went to bed though, I set my alarm for an hour later and woke up to go downstairs to play the game before school. That way, if my dad came down and asked if I had gone to bed, I could say yes, and I wasn't lying. Loopholes! So tell me guys, what are your favorite video game songs? I'd love to hear some of your favorites in the comments down below, as I know there are many beloved tracks that I left off my own personal list, including songs from Portal, Shadow of the Colossus, and Metal Gear Solid, just to name a few. Also, while you're down there, let me know if you liked this video and would like to see more like it. I have an opinion on pretty much everything, so I'd gladly make more if you guys would like to watch it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see all of you on the flip side.